Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and to all of my viewers out there, listeners, and supporters across the world. Jabbar Brown here with you from the musiciantrainingcenter.com. All right, so we're going to dive back into some Korey Mickie, Live Long. This is part two. We'll take an advanced approach again in the key of B flat. All right, let's get started. All right, so let's take a look at some of these chords here in B flat, okay? Mainly a couple of sections that we really want to work on, a couple of segments, if you will, that we want to work on. We'll start here. All right, so here's the bounce. So we'll basically alternate. Okay, like so. And you can thicken up the chords as well. Okay, so I find it a little bit easier if you're going to play thicker chords. Okay, we'll do it when we're playing that pattern. That way we have a little bit more time. So once we do this pattern, immediately after F, we got to move. Okay, if I'm playing one hand, if I'm going to play along with the bass player, if I know he or she will be playing these two notes, okay, then we can play along with them. Okay, the next part that we want to look at, okay, so we'll look at a couple of things. All right, chord. You can also expand. Okay, that was a move that I did. Okay, and then I also held this chord. Okay, and everyone else, or at least the bass player. All right, so here's your chord. Okay. Here's something else you can throw in there. We're just doing half steps. Okay, starting here and playing the tritones. Okay, instead of, all right. Okay, so we'll play it that way. Either position is fine. I think that would boil down to a personal preference. Okay, so again, So you might mess up a little bit, but try to be as precise as you can. And this is also a good way to practice as well. Take patterns, slow the pattern down on your metronome. Slow this down, and then we have one more part to work on as well. So okay. Okay. We can also invert. Okay, you don't necessarily have to do it this way. You can invert. Okay. Okay. There's something else that you can do. Now, I don't think this was one of the movements that they did as far as patterns are concerned, but we'll just throw that one in there as a preference. Okay, so again, this other, and what I found too, that has a really nice effect is when you actually do play along with the bass player. Okay. Okay. So in other words, you can switch up. Okay. And you can also play, you can chord if you choose. So basically you're playing an E flat major, okay? Full chord, 2 finger, 3 finger if you want. Okay. Personal preference, okay? Now, what helps, a lot of times what sounds, okay, this is my personal preference, okay? Sometimes it just depends on where you are during the shout. You know your bass player is going to do something like, okay? If you know for sure, instead of playing in the middle, there are certain times where you can come up top. And it has a really nice effect. I'm assuming that it has this effect because you have distinct lows and distinct highs being played and not so much mids, even though the mids sound good as well. It's just something about playing high at a certain point, and maybe just letting the track go, because obviously they had a track with the guitar that's programmed in, so a lot of times you can just let that track play, let the guitar and the track itself play, and just kind of chill for a moment. And then also, if there is not a guitar in the track or programmed in the track, you can still let the track play, which is basically your drum loop, and then you can do certain moves like that. So if you haven't tried it, try it. And if possible, I'd like to hear your feedback, okay? But these are the main parts to this particular lesson in the kid B flat. So I hope that we have been a blessing to you. And again, remember that you can invert these chords. So you don't necessarily have to play this way. this position. Okay. Okay, you can switch it up. Okay. Again, back here with your diminished. Okay. So try different things. Also, I think I mentioned to you how useful the tool of the metronome is. How useful the metronome is as a tool, practice tool. Taking these same patterns, if you're not as comfortable with them, or maybe you want to try something new and you're not used to playing those particular types of patterns, slow the metronome down. If you don't already do this, slow the metronome down a little bit, get comfortable, and then just begin to build the metronome up, or speed the metronome up. All right, until actually speed it up to a speed that you don't think you'll ever play. And I think the benefit of speeding it up to that particular level would be that it will get you super comfortable, so that the regular speed will be really, really easy. So just a thought. All right, so I think you get the point. All right. I want to encourage you guys, as I typically do, keep practicing hard, keep practicing smart, keep God first, always remain humble. All right. And operate, function, play, handle business with integrity. All right. Excellence and professionalism. All right. So you guys take care and be blessed. And until the next time, Jabbar Brown signing out.